Yeah. It's good with everybody. How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all having a pretty cool Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Work ain't tripping. Baby mama ain't tripping. Or your baby daddy. Whatever you got going on. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops the Great. Trying to get the incense going, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to have us with the right kind of ambiance and shit. Oh, man. Ooh, my bad, I'm a little discombobulated. Y'all ain't had no show in at least like a day or two. I barely got this one in. I got a little biker event or whatever to go to. I can't say little, it's a national biker event, actually in my home city or whatever. So, you know me, I gotta show up and show out. See, I got the skillet cut. I still gotta tighten her up just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I like that nice, gotta have that nice smooth feel for the ladies. They like that smoothness, like no stubbles, no nothing. But what I am gonna do, since I've been starving y'all of content, I'm gonna get shoot some video, maybe a couple pictures, whatever, at the event, just so y'all can see what I really be up to when I'm away from here, because I really don't like when I don't get shows out to y'all. I really want to be on top of it, but the biker part of what I do really takes up a lot of time. So with that being said, what's the content for today? Now, y'all should know what it is, at least this show, because it's Saturday, and I always try to check in with the bigger picture on Saturdays, because I think they shoot it on Thursday and they put it out on Saturday. Since the last episode, Ab-Soul has come out, put the track out, made some clarifications on some things. And with DJ Head's official capacity or stance, as far as being that West Coast microphone, I felt that it'd be interesting to see what he say. So we're gonna check that out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure we take care of the business now, so we keep the YouTube police outside while we smoking, drinking, chilling, and doing what we do on the inside. And I appreciate y'all for that. Definitely appreciate it. If you did comments in the last day or two, I will be doing responding to comments tomorrow. My last round of comments, y'all killed me, man. And this is not a complaint. Keep coming with them. I had to break them into different sessions. I think the first round of comments I did like 45. The next round of comments I did just a little under 30. So I appreciate it. Keep them coming. But let's get to this content. Hold on. Nope, that ain't right. Hold on. Gotta do an audio check. I always got my audio set is wrong. Somebody was like, hey, you don't never have your audio right, bro. But I be having to, I know I always gotta change it mid-video. But like I said, this is the bigger picture. DJ Head, Jeremy Head, Elliott Wilson. We're gonna see what they gotta say about Ab-Soul.
That new I don't know if you guys heard that new Ab-Soul song, but I heard us.
You were so excited.
Can we play his dumb video about it?
Can we play the sample?
You know Kendrick? Well, that's my show.
Yeah.
At the 3 minute mark.
Let's run it. This is the sample that was used, the clip.
This is the sample.
I literally don't think a single rapper
So Soul is the
alive does.
boogeyman.
Nobody want to do that with Soul.
He's different.
Why? I mean, I know he's dope, but why?
Like nobody want to do that with Soul. Soul not.
So Soul's the boogeyman. Nobody want to do that with Soul.
He's different.
Why? I mean, I know he's dope. Why?
Like nobody want to do that with Soul. Soul not Dot. It ain't gonna be no bops. It ain't gonna be nothing.
You'll get.
Yeah.
You heard that? He's different. He's different.
Wait, can we play your video though? Where you was all geeked out?
Oh yeah, you can put it up on my Instagram. But I was fired up. Am I not supposed to be excited to be sampled in an Ab-Soul song?
You can be excited, bro.
Let me be excited.
I'm letting you be excited, bro.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, this wasn't towards you. This was to anybody who thought I shouldn't be excited. But yeah,
are they saying you shouldn't have been excited?
No, I got a text from.
Are they stepping on your joy?
I mean, some people step on my joy, but I tied on Lou.
Man is. Let's hear his reflections real time. What's going on? How was you feeling?
Ab-Soul just put my voice on his song. I'm a featured artist on a TD. Okay, so I'm not a featured artist, but the bigger picture is officially featured. Okay, not officially featured, but the bigger picture clip is inserted into Ab-Soul's new song. Let me show you. I don't care what anybody says.
Listen, when I originally watched this, right? Because y'all know me, I don't miss the show. Hold on, let me adjust this music because I forgot to turn this down a little bit for y'all. My bad. I'm getting used to working at OBS and you got to do all this yourself. When normally I do all this post video, so I apologize. Get this music right. I know I'll be having this blaring sometimes. Yeah, that should be a little bit better. There we go. But like I was saying, when I originally watched this, right, my original opinion was like, yo, Jeremy overly happy. Okay, you used your voice. Calm down, young bud. But then I made myself pause and think, like, wait. If one of the hottest rappers out mentions me, I would probably be ecstatic too. So soak it up. Anybody telling him he shouldn't be excited, man, picture yourself in a situation with somebody that the entire world knows in the hip hop industry. Everybody know Ab-Soul. And he took the time to take a clip of your show that you on and put it in the song. I'll be jumping over the moon too.
I'm gonna be excited about what excites me, okay? This is dope. So a few weeks ago on The Bigger Picture, we were having this discussion about Ab-Soul and how he's the real boogeyman in hip hop. Nobody wants a problem with him. I specifically said that if anybody actually sparred with Ab-Soul lyrically, it would be like 30 years later and you'd be still dissecting bars because of how complex of a lyricist he is. And that nobody wants problems with Soul. We've had that convo for a few weeks now. Apparently he was paying attention.
I don't think I literally don't.
That's a valid point. Because like if you go back and look at my reaction to the Ab-Soul drop, it wasn't to that second part when that beat switched and he switched up the flow, then I was like, oh, I can get it. I can rock with it now. That beginning part, I felt like a fish out of water. And it's not his fault. He fired. He dope. I'm not a battle rap person. So as more the battle rap style or tactics started to merge into mainstream, where we're starting to have to react to these type of ways of rhyming and rapping, it's requiring me to do the 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, however many times rewind to listen to some artists. It just take that. And I'm not even mad at it. I say that just because I want to make sure some of us, I know a lot of us are not from that culture. We regular street people, hood people, whatever, everyday people. So we digesting the music that comes through via radio, Spotify, YouTube music. I try to switch to Spotify. I'm just a YouTube music user. So we're not as predisposed or we're not as exposed, excuse me, to this style. So it ain't nothing but just something to get used to. If you like hip hop enough to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Time to learn something new. Let me learn this. What make this tight? What make this, why is this the way it is? I mean, and none of us are obligated to do that either. Digest music the way you digest it. There's no wrong way to digest music. But for what I do with this show and what I want to be able to do with the show, it requires me to be willing to expand in what I'm willing to at least listen to. I don't have to like it, but I need to be able to at least have some sort of understanding of it. You know what I'm saying?
I think really? It's fine. We don't have to listen again. But yeah, we made it. Where were you guys when you heard the sample? Did you know this sample was coming?
Look at the top. Here we go.
That was Tuesday. Begins. That was when that dropped.
Yeah, so you said, I do 2 a.m. Ab-Soul hit me. Carson. I been knew this was coming. I didn't tell y'all niggas.
That was your energy, right?
No, it wasn't nothing big. It wasn't nothing major. It's just a statement.
Quick question for you. DJ Head position. Voice of the West. Undisputed. Nobody's questioning that, right? Would you be able to do a show like this with DJ Head knowing that he got so much information, but the way he go about it, you know, he respects everything ain't for everybody. I can't speak on certain stuff without permission. And we've seen him several times on the show. Pick up the phone. Hey, I got to make this call. If they say it's good, I'll tell y'all this story about whoop, whoop, whoop. If they don't say it's cool, well, hey, mom's the word. I can't say nothing. But would that irk you a little bit? For real, let's be for real. Because, you know, us, we like to know everything. We like to know everything. And I know I've had moments where I got mad at my own mans. Like, man, you knew about Shorty and she this, that, and the third. You ain't tell me? Like, I went out, talked without talking to homie for a couple of days. Like, man, that was bogus. You knew homegirl was on the flim flam and you ain't even put me on game. So imagine that's just that little bit of information. Nothing really too crazy. But he got real hip hop information. Who got what coming out when, who doing collabs with who about to do a tour. He got hella hip hop information just sitting in his head or in his phone. Because he got, 2 or 3 phones. Would it bother you a little bit? Like, man, you got all this info. You know all this stuff. You knew such and such. Like, you done heard. So 2 weeks before this song dropped or this album dropped, you done exclusive listens and let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that. It's just something cool to talk about. Like, you got somebody around you with the oracle of information and they can't really tell you about that, son. I can't tell you. You're like, hey, come on, bro. We better than that. We show mates. I thought I was your boy.
So what did you know that the song was coming? Did he give you a heads up that he sampled your voice?
Well, ask one question at a time.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm just sitting here looking.
Okay. Did Ab-Soul give DJ Head a heads up?
In theory, yes.
Before y'all say it, because that's like the second commercial. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead, switch my YouTube to premium. I got YouTube Music, right? I pay for that, but I'm just gonna get rid of my YouTube Music because if you get YouTube, I think you get YouTube Premium. You get the music with it. So I don't want to be paying for music technically like twice, kind of, sort of. So yeah, whatever it takes to make the show better, I'm willing to do. That means YouTube Premium, so the folks ain't got to watch these commercials. I got it. I'm on it.
In theory, okay, but you didn't know exactly what it would be. It was just like a general statement that
he tried to tell me
in his own words,
in his own way, in his own way. He tried to tell me, yes.
So he called you 2 a.m. and said, "What's up?"
So he's layered even when he talks. Like he talks in metaphors.
Kind of. Like he does talk like he talk kind of like how he rap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then 10 days later, you're like, that's what he meant.
Nah, I get right away what he means because he will talk through it. Like it's real time. But yeah. What's the next question?
Did you know that the song was dropping that day?
No.
So you heard it with the rest of the world.
Go back, because I just found that interesting.
Nah, I get right away what he means because
10 days later, you're like, that's what he meant.
Nah, I get right away what he means because he will talk through it. Like it's real time. But yeah. What's the next question?
I find that interesting because it's been stated several times over that Ab-Soul's a different type of cat. But I mean, I got a friend who kind of talks in like non-official capacity, like it's almost riddleish. Like, why can't you talk straight up? But when you take into account his history, like he went through some like major childhood trauma type situations and whatever. So he always had a fear of like speaking or giving opinion, because as a kid he was like he really went through it. Like opinions wasn't allowed. So he's getting better at, man, shoot straight what you trying to say, man. But he's still kind of sort of, you gotta like quasi like read between the lines type of situation. But I always try, whenever I could get watch something or an interview or whatever, or somebody talk about Ab-Soul, specifically not music, but his personality as a person, because he just comes off as like a quieter Gnarls Barkley, kind of that same energy, but not as vocal. But put a mic in front of him and say go, over with, on your throat, over with.
Did you know that the song was dropping that day?
No.
So you heard it with the rest of the world?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do we feel Ab-Soul's intentions are with this record?
I know his intention.
Do you want to clarify it so that I don't jump out and tweet things, and then you, instead of hitting us in the group chat that we were talking in 2 minutes later, hit me publicly on Twitter with one of these emojis rather than just being, yo, heck, that's not actually what
What'd you do? What happened? What'd you do?
Put the tweet up.
I tweeted, this was, I think I had listened like once. I was just so hype. I was just excited. I wasn't even really dissecting the part. I just jumped out the window and I was like, here we go. This is what we're talking about. This is a warning. Joey doesn't want it with Ab-Soul. Something to that effect. And then had quote tweeted and just did. Meanwhile, we're talking in the group chat like 2 seconds before that.
And then you said something like nothing is back on or something like that. What did you say?
This is not like that. It's like as Jeremy Heck jumped out the window, and it's, again, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm going to take accountability.
Okay,
that's what I posted.
Yeah, tried to tell you, Ab-Soul's not the one to mess with. This is a warning shot, but Joey doesn't want it with Soul. Damn,
it's like what?
Instigator.
And the man just said,
"Is that instigating?" I don't feel like that's instigating. If that's your opinion, you feel like, man, don't nobody want it with Soul. Is that really instigating? If you feel like somebody on that next tier level and everybody else can't reach it, then you speaking what you believe to be factual, right? That's just an opinion. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's an instigator. Plus, Jeremy don't really got that demeanor as an instigator. But let's go.
I listened to it like one time, and then I just...
I have a more nuanced take after listening to it 3 or 4 times. But
okay. So the reason I did this is because I'm gonna take accountability for myself. We have to understand the responsibility that we have. There's not a lot of media, quote unquote, from this side of the map. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Again, Rory and them, they do what they gonna do. Joe and them, they do what they gonna do. Lauren, I trust emphatically. Lauren LaRosa, I trust emphatically with.
Lauren is so much better than Elliot. You know, if you're journalism,
This is not about Elliot right now.
I don't like when Elliot had these little moments where look, you know, how everybody got a homie or a friend who like to pass off their real feelings as jokes, so that way it don't look like they being sensitive. He really feel that way, like, yo, why you bigging her up too much in front of me? I'm telling you, I wish Elliot would stop doing this type of stuff, man, because he's a dope journalist. He's a dope journalist. He's real, like, and he's not one that's gonna come at you in a sandbaggy type of way. But his adjustment to new media and how things are going is like an ongoing struggle. Like it's like, dog, come on, snap out of it, bro. Like he's too talented as a journalist to be having these little. It's like almost like mini sucker attacks. You know what I'm saying? Cut that out, B. Cut that out.
I'm taking.
You know, she's the best journalist in the game, Jeremy.
Is she the new GOAT?
She's the new GOAT, apparently. Interviews is pretty good too. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So
you gotta pat Elliot on the back before you do all this. You gotta say, like, I know I'm
he
sitting
got,
next
like,
to the
Lauren
GOAT.
LaRosa free mentions
and
off
then go
already
there.
before the show starts.
He did.
Right?
He got
You're a
there.
fan of that Lauren LaRosa.
I'm a fan of the diligence.
I love diligence too.
So, well, you also great on the curve. So you have to look at the landscape of things. Nobody fact checks. Nobody, like, everybody just jump out the window after one listen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I'm looking at the landscape. Anyway, I'm gonna take accountability and be as being one of the people who have to be more responsible with how I conduct myself.
The Coast Guard
in media.
Okay.
Because I know that, and I took a lot of people have been sending me tweets all week about who are you and this ain't that and why are you speaking for niggas who ain't speak. You don't know who I talk to. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Who gave you the authority to speak on these niggas? I don't speak for niggas unless they tell me to speak for them. Otherwise, I would say I'm speaking for me, right? So I talked to. This is not what Jeremy Heck said it was. This is literally like almost what Daylight did.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is my thought on everything that's going on. It wasn't offensive to West Coast rappers. It wasn't meant to be malicious towards West Coast rappers. It wasn't a warning shot across the bow for Joey. It was him addressing just everything that went on because everybody was expecting. One, even Elliott Wilson gave Ab-Soul credit for being one of the people who kind of kicked this whole thing off with the Red Bull Cypher, right?
Yep.
So him being almost the starting point for the fire, right? For with him, Big Sean, and Joey Badass and that Cypher. Even if you watch the Cypher back, it wasn't funk in the room.
No, not at all.
It was just camaraderie, like, oh, I'm better than you, like, it's friendly competition. So then it spiraled into this thing, and it kind of turned Joey Badass into, like, this, like,
the villain.
Like Thor. I mean, not Thor, fucking
Thanos. It was
like,
fun.
I would say Gore the God Butcher. I wouldn't even say Thanos because Thanos had minions and all this other kind of shit. He didn't really do that. Like, Gore the God Butcher is like go look up the MCU and the last Thor, Love and Thunder wasn't the greatest, whatever. Shout out to Taika Waititi. But
nerd.backslash.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying this was literally just Soul addressing the landscape of things. It was almost akin to like Watch the Party Die when that came out. It was just like, hey, this is my thoughts on everything.
It was a reflection.
It's a reflection of everything.
And do you think we inspired that somewhat with our boogeyman talk and our situation, which is why he used the clip?
I'm gonna let this segment ride out because there's only a little bit of the segment, not too much more of the segment left. But I have to say this because it's starting to lose its luster. The word, the name, boogeyman. Everybody can't be the boogeyman. I don't watch 2-3 different people we call the boogeyman. Dr. Boogeyman. They like the boogeyman. Ab-Soul the boogeyman. How many is it? Are they taking turns? Is this a shared position? Like, there could only be one, right? Like, I'm not about to call or reference this many people as the boogeyman. I'm not. Yeah, we started out giving it to Kendrick. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. It's starting to water it down. The meaning. The boogeyman ain't special. If it's a billion of them, like, stop. Let's stop overusing words.
Clip?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But he was just like, no, just make it clear, like that's not what this is. And I'm like, all right, for sure, I'll talk about it. But
Because you tweeted, you said it's not back on in quotes. This is clarity. That's all.
that's it.
So the very thing that Jeremy did is the type of shit you didn't want to happen. And
Correct.
Your man right here just did it.
That's why I did the hand on her face, because it's like Jeremy. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I look at you two as higher esteem than certain other people, right?
Thank you.
Because it's like, no, like Jeremy, we all seen Jeremy get cracking in the laptop. He got notes. he got notes from episode 27 right now in his laptop that he still ain't reconciled with himself. Like,
That's
I should have
true.
talked about this shit.
That's very true.
Broke that bar down, right? Whereas you, Elliot Wilson, you have your sources and you do your due diligence too. So I don't want us to get caught up in the hamster wheel that everyone else is in.
Yeah.
Because people do look at us differently. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from people who I look at differently. It's like, no, nigga, you have a responsibility because I don't get I always talk about this. I don't get the luxury of just saying whatever I want. And now I'm passing that responsibility off to you, to Jeremy, to Gina, to certain people who it's like, we're kind of representing we're representing a certain caliber of media that is not the same as other platforms who just run with salacious, whatever, stay on stream content.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's unpack that a little bit. Actually, you know what? I think we got what we need out of that, but that's the bigger picture. Link will be in the description as always. But we gotta unpack that. We're gonna unpack that. First part. I'm gonna go in reverse because it's just the way it's coming in my head. Pause. Is it fair, or better yet, let me frame it differently for y'all. Let's say you were either Jeremy or Elliot. How would you feel or take DJ Head sitting here and saying, hey, there's a certain do's and don'ts that come with being West Coast, because the extra pressures that he has as the voice of the West and the loopholes he has to jump through to be careful of not to say this or not to do this or whatever the case may be. Is it cool for him to pass that to his co-hosts or show participants? You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm asking is, like, if I'm a Jeremy or Elliot or even Gina Views, like, I don't have the same level of scrutiny you have. You know what I'm saying? You tied in tight with these different people. You the one with these inside relationships that you have to maintain. If I don't have them, if I don't have that same type of rapport with these people that you have, what am I going through this extra level of scrutiny for? You know what I'm saying? Especially with like Elliot Wilson, who lost that Drake card because of, I think indirectly because of, or however you want to put it, him working with DJ Head. There's nobody that can tell me differently. Part of him working with DJ Head killed some ties over there with Drake. So if I lost that over there already, and you go on with the access over here, and I already tried to get access over here, and they already said, "No, we already know where you come from. You still smell like that side. Nah, we ain't vibing with you like that." I'm not getting no perks of jumping through these extra hoops. You know what I'm saying? So I would find that to be a tough pill to swallow if I'm Elliot. Maybe not so much for somebody younger like Jeremy. You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to develop these ties and everything. He hasn't, at least from what I know, burned any like bridges in any particular camp out there to where they like, nah, we're not messing with dude. Now that other part, because I need to know if y'all buying this. Now he said the interpretation directly from Ab-Soul to him as it pertains to that record. It was just like it wasn't a diss thing. It's nothing's about to get reignited. It's purely, hey, let me set the record straight for y'all who don't know the history. Let me put a little history in your ear and let you know what it really is. And then after that, I'm going to explain to you what it is right now and where I stand on everything. It was more of a clarification rather than I'm about phase 2. I think the main reason some of us, and I'm going to include myself in this, thought that it could potentially be a who won't smoke type of thing is that line. What was it? Something about if Dot needed backup, you know he just have soul out. That line, it just had that energy like, man, look, if he wanted somebody really gone, I would have been the one to do it, not the rest of y'all. Like, it was such a direct energy, like, bad, say, talk your talk, yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you look, you gonna know about me. I like straightforward, direct energy in songs, man. Unless, you know, you get to like, if R&B ever decides to make a comeback, I think R&B is good. R&B is good for everybody because it balances out this hippity hop. Little R&B every now and then, little hip hop every now and then keeps you from being overly violent from all this hip hop. Hey, what you take in matters. So this is why I say that. Oh, my cup empty. My cup empty. Damn. But that's all I had, man. You know, so I try to keep the show around about 30 minutes. I don't want to make it too long. It's long enough to sit here and smoke. Again, appreciate y'all smoking with me. You know what I'm saying? Smoking your good herb. I'm going to get back to smoking with y'all. I've been rocking the pen lately because my week has been so busy. I'm going to get back because it just seemed like a better vibe back and forth when I'm smoking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back to that. That's a part of this show for me, is to smoke with my people. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna make sure y'all get another video some kind of way tonight, even if I gotta shoot it from the phone and just upload it. That's just what it's gonna be, because I know this thing is gonna run until about, I'll be surprised if I get out of there before 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Because I'm getting ready to get this uploaded and try to get out of this house and headed that way in the next hour. But I'm Oops Great. This is Kush Equilibrium. Appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. And I'm going to get at y'all, man.